Welcome to Building Your Online Presence, Standing Out Amongst Your Competition. My name is Laura Garza. I'm a career advisor here in the Engineering Career Hub within the College of Engineering and Applied Science here at CU Boulder. The mission of the Engineering Career Hub is to prepare engineering students to be professionally ready for meaningful and impactful careers, and we plan on achieving this by providing just-in-time resources, engineering-specific career advising, and meaningful professional experiences in both industry and research. So today's agenda includes social media in the job search, creating a professional profile, utilizing key features, connecting with professionals, and next steps. So, how do employers use social media in the job search process? It's a great question. They do this by researching LinkedIn profiles. So, the first thing you must understand is your online presence. So, one thing you can do is Google yourself to see what's out there. You can also review your social media accounts. And also, no online presence versus poor online presence is also an interesting topic. If you have no online presence, employers may think that you're hiding something or you're just not that engaged within your career field. So we really recommend using LinkedIn. As you can see from the metrics on the slide, millions of people belong to LinkedIn, especially recruiters and hiring managers. There's usually at least 20 million open jobs and internships, and at least 92% of Fortune 500 companies utilize LinkedIn on a daily basis. So why use LinkedIn? So it's a great place to create a professional profile, connect with professionals in your industry, research career paths, and find jobs and internships. So the first thing you want to do is create that professional profile. So what is in a standout profile? The first thing you want to include is a professional photo, ideally with a neutral background. You want to include a headline that really details what you're looking for, your career path within your career study or your career ambitions. And you want to make it keyword rich. This is something that recruiters go on LinkedIn to search on a daily basis. You want to also include your volunteer activities, any internships, extracurriculars, or even student organizations. And also on LinkedIn, if someone is in your network, you can ask for a recommendation, especially professors, any advisors, or supervisors. So the first section that you want to take a look at is the introduction. This is where you want to capture someone's attention and highlight your current position and what you are seeking. For example, if you're an engineering student and you're about to graduate, you want to include what you want to do after graduation. The next section is a summary, and some of the goals of this include trying to be as concise as possible, specific, and it also operates as a mini cover letter. So you'll see the experience here on the screen, talks about a mechanical engineering student. Again, this is just a summary. The next section that you want to include is experience. So this mechanical engineering student also did an internship with Blue Origin in Denver this past summer. Now, what they did is they provided some basic responsibilities as well as some metrics. You can also include accomplishments such as any publications, patents, any courses that you've taken or are currently taking, projects. Now, this is where you can add videos and photos, any honors and awards, languages, test scores, and even student organizations that you might belong to. As mentioned before, if someone is in your LinkedIn network, you can ask them for a recommendation, especially if a professor or mentor. But one of the best features of LinkedIn is connecting with professionals. So we recommend adding connections with your warm contacts, and those warm contacts are friends, your family, professors, any advisors, and coworkers as well. So we all know that networking is a pretty important part of the job search. If you, for example, meet a hiring manager at a career fair, you can always reach out to them on LinkedIn with a little reminder about how you met and what's really the intent of your connection. Being active on LinkedIn is going to bump up your analytics. If you share articles of interest to your network, that's going to get you more analytics as well. You can also connect with CU Boulder alumni. And then you can also ask for informational interviews to find advice and make new connections. So the Alumni Finder is pretty easy. On that main search bar, just type in University of Colorado Boulder, College of Engineering and Applied Science, and it's going to take you to this page. At the bottom, you'll see Home, About, Posts, Jobs, and Alumni, which is highlighted in yellow. Click on that Alumni tab, and it's going to take you to the next page where you can see the number of alumni. And you can even narrow down the results. For example, type in computer science or mechanical engineering, and it's going to provide even more tailored results. So you can see where these alumni live, what state, if they're international, what companies they work at, what they do, and what they studied. So, for example, if you're a mechanical engineering student and that's what you put in the search bar, that you are going to see the profiles for other mechanical engineering alumni and or students. So you can browse their profiles, and those are going to be located at the bottom of the page, and see which ones interest you. You can look at every single one of them to help make your choices a little easier. Review their experience, pay attention to their job titles, the companies that they work at currently or in the past, and even their responsibilities. You can also invite them to connect. So on the left-hand side is an example of a request that you can make. It's also called an informational interview. So if you are asking them, maybe they have 15 or 20 minutes to talk, it could be on Zoom, it could be over coffee, but what you want to do ahead of time is create some questions to ask them. And again, an informational interview is an opportunity to learn more about that specific company, that field, or that position. And it's you reaching out to a professional, introducing yourself and telling them how you got their name, whether it was from another connection or just a search on LinkedIn. Ask if they've got 15 to 20 minutes for an interview. And ahead of time, you want to prepare some questions. You want to research the professional and the company. Again, you are asking them about their career path. This is not the time to ask for a job. This is the right time to start a professional relationship. Here's some other topics that you can include. You can ask about their education and employment background, their current work environment, just general advice, maybe some trends that you should be aware of in that industry, things they wish they knew when they started. And even you can ask, who else can I speak with? Whether it's a colleague of that connection or another alumni. So here we are at next steps, and it begins with completing a LinkedIn or a Handshake profile, completing an audit or a review of your social media, connecting with professionals and starting that job search. Check out LinkedIn Learning, and then connect with Career Services. So here at the Engineering Career Hub, you can certainly reach us whenever you need to by this QR code. There's our email address. And then also we have a career website with great career resources. So again, I hope this video was of assistance. And again, there's our contact information. Thank you so much for listening.